this morning, in the absence of both Reverend Fuji and Reverend Hayashi, we have a special speaker today, Dennis Madokoro.
Good morning. And welcome to my first Dharma talk. Words of explanation. As Kunio mentioned, both ministers are in Winnipeg for the Ministerial Association meeting. And this is also part of our Ministerial Association training, or Ministerial Assistant training. Another word of explanation, why am I doing this Ministerial Assistant training? I've done over 20 years as a volunteer within the congregation, ranging from youth director to president of the temple. And for me now, it's important for me to focus on the spiritual side of the temple. And you know, there's always room for more ministerial assistants if you're interested, female or male. So let us begin my first Dharma talk. From the letters of Shinran Shonen, quote, "It seems to me that with all your attempts to understand by reasoning and by learning, you have fallen into confusion. It is completely in error. There must be nothing of your calculation in the act that leads to birth. You must simply entrust yourself to Tathagata. Please show this letter to the others also. We say that in other power, no self-working is true working." End of quotation. You know, for me, and I'm sure for many of you, I was one of those who had fallen into confusion. Questions like, what is suchness? How do I truly understand Shinji? For me, it was this no self-working is true working. This is always a mystery to me. How can it be? Surely it's not that easy. Like many of you, I struggled, I read, I asked questions. So many words, so many teachings, so many thoughts. The more I applied myself, the less I understood. Occasionally, just occasionally, I caught small glimpses of this true working. When my young family converted to Jodo Shinshu Buddhism in 1990, we were greeted warmly in the social hall of 918 Bathurst by Mei and Tosh Takahashi. This was a glimpse of true working. To me, a trademark of Jodo Shinshu Buddhism has been this warmth and this welcoming spirit. Thank you, Mei and Tosh. When soon after I started volunteering at the temple, De Zuma took me under his wing to mentor me in the mysterious ways of TBC. That was a glimpse of true work. Thank you, Dave. These were pure and genuine moments when people showed their true hearts, their true working. However, there remained that nagging feeling, that not knowing what is this true working. This nagging feeling was finally relieved when Makino Sensei arrived at Toronto Buddhist Temple in 2008. As part of his evening lecture series, he had his students sing Jodo no Tabiji. In English, this is Journey to the Pure Land. By the way, it's printed on the back of your program. Wow, I got it. I got it. I finally got it. What a feeling. Makino Sensei taught us to absorb the Dharma, not with our heads, but with our hearts. From Journey to the Pure Land, Jodo no Tabiji, I read. By the sound of the gong, which reminds us of the impermanent nature of all life, being awakened from the long dream of transient life, to the chest where both hands are placed in Gasho, is heard the voice of the eternal Buddha. Rain or storm, what does it matter? Though I cry because of the deep-rooted karma each of us has to bear, there wells up the deepest joy that I can smile at. Shugyo mujo no kane no ni, yume no ukio to mega samate, wasu ryote no kono mune ni, guon no nyoya no koe gasu. Amen mo arashi mo naro sono, hitori hitori no shugoko ni, naita namida no shita kara mo, nikori warau sachi garu. This was an awakening for me as Mikino Sensei told us story after story of his time as a Buddhist priest in a cancer ward. Some stories were deeply emotional, like the story he told about an adult son and his aging mother and the little accident she had in the car. It went something like this. An adult son, let us call him Ken, and his mother visited another son, let us call him Tom, who lived several hours away in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. They had agreed before that they would leave at 1 p.m., right after the lunch, because Ken had an appointment back home at 4 p.m. However, since the mother seldom saw her other son, Tom, they didn't leave until 2 p.m. As Ken drove home furiously, anxious to make the appointment, halfway home, his mother said, "Ken, can you please stop at the next gas station?" Ken, his mind totally focused on making his appointment, said, "Oh, Mom, you can wait. It's only a little while." Well, they made it home, and as his mother left the car, Ken realized she had had an accident on the back seat. His reaction was to get angry and raised his voice to his mother. "Why couldn't you hold it?" His mother replied with her head bowed, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Later that evening, Ken had an awakening. How could he yell at his mother for her little accident? How many times as a baby, as a child, had he had little accidents, and his mother never got angry with him? He went to his mother, held her in his arms, and said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." This story was just a taste of the many wonderful stories that Mikino Sensei told us. How fortunate we were to hear them. So, my Dharma friends, my daily practice now is to sit in front of my Butsudan, Kasho, and then sing Jodo no Fariji. This I always think joyfully, as if Mikino Sensei were by my side. Then we gasho again, raise our seitens, ring the gong twice, and chant Shoshinge. This is why I no longer question what is true working. This is why I can smile. Now I invite all of you to join me in gasho. Namo Amida.
We were kind of apprehensive of what kind of a service we're going to have today, but that is